Hi everyone, and this is our video for week 6. This was posted last week so that you had this to work ahead if you wanted to, but this is your video breakdown. So I'm hoping that you are listening to this right now as I've been replying to some emails suggesting that you're not watching these videos. This is where really you get all of the information for the week ahead, and you would just consider these videos kind of like our weekly lesson. So instead of being in a classroom, you're listening to these videos. They're really short, it's very painless, and I just ask that you watch them because then it just limits the amount of emails that I have to respond to. Okay. So this is for our video for week 6. Some of you have been working ahead on this week already, but this is again just an informational video to give you some more information on what to expect. As always, you have your participation activity to complete. It's hyperlinked into the weekly breakdown. This is really important that you complete at some point during the week prior to next Monday. This is your attendance check for the week, okay? So this is really kind of a straightforward week. We have our Thanksgiving weekend, so we've got Monday off. And then as indicated here, you have your very first quiz. So this quiz can be completed at any point this week. It's designed to be done at any point, and then the cutoff for it, of course, is next Monday at 8 a.m. So just make sure that you do this quiz this week. Otherwise, you'll lose your opportunity, okay? As far as the quiz goes, once you go into it, it becomes a live document. You cannot leave the quiz and go back to it at another point. So you do need to choose to complete the quiz at a time you know that you can complete the whole thing, okay? Where to access that? If you go into our classroom and you go under assessments, quizzes, you will notice there's the quiz is right here. Okay, so this is your introduction to management quiz. I already have one student who has done the quiz. You can go into the quiz at any point, like I said, and you've got a full hour, I believe it is, although the timing is there as well to write it. It's very short. And that's it. Okay. So this is really going to be an opportunity for me to see whether or not you've been kind of taking the notes as I've been asking you to throughout the course. So anytime you have a lesson, anytime you've got a slide deck, a video, an article to read, it's really important that you are jotting notes down in keeping notes in your own either binder or on, a Google document, because when it comes to taking tests and quizzes, as well as obviously the final examination, you really are going to have a hard time if you're just trying to navigate Brightspace finding the content. I also, expect that you are, when it comes to tests later on, you'll be writing your own responses. And so it's really going to show in that work whether or not you've been taking your own notes and really trying to understand the content. So this is just a really good opportunity for me to see whether you've been doing that, okay? It's nothing to really stress about. It's just a short quiz, all multiple choice. So again, it's nothing that you really need to stress about, but especially if you've been, taking really good notes. Okay. Now on Wednesday, we move into the magic of thinking big. This is this is our second project. So after the infographic, and it's a blog. So you're going to be writing a blog, and you're going to be taking the journal entries that you've done so far, and you're going to be adding one more from the project, and you're going to be curating your very own blog. And this is going to be your reflective space throughout the rest of the semester. So anytime you have to do any kind of reflective practice or journal, it's all going to be populated in this blog, and you're going to be creating it throughout the entire course. Now, if you go into Dropbox for this, you'll see that the assignment is there. The assignment breaks everything down very, very clearly. So I recommend, here it is. Okay, so Passion Project 2, Leadership Blogger. So if you go into the assignment, the project breaks it down really, really well. So I do ask that obviously you go through the project. It's right here. But I've also posted a video. It's embedded here. So if you click on that, it will download to your Brightspace. And it's just a separate video for me explaining this project specifically. Okay, so you've got not only the project to read through, but also the video. And so I just ask that you please look through both of these before you send me any emails for clarification. Though if you go through the assignment and you watch the video and it's still, not making sense, or you have questions, that's fine. Just send me an email and I'll get back to you. Your assignment submission is going to just be your URL for your blog. So once you're done your blog, whether you do it on Weebly or on Wix or what have you, you're going to publish it. Okay. And then so if you use Wix as an example, you're going to publish that blog, you're going to get a URL, and you're going to submit the URL as your submission. Okay. So what I ask is that you just make sure that you are publishing your blog properly. Sometimes students think they've published it and they send me the URL, and it's actually just a URL to their like private account, and it asks for your own personal email and its password. And obviously I can't see your blog that way. So I just ask that you please make sure that it's published properly, that you send it to somebody and they check and see whether or not it opens before you submit it. Otherwise, we might run into some issues, and especially with me being able to access it. Okay, so again, it really explains it all further here. So that's why I didn't want to repeat myself, but definitely take a look at that to make sure that you have a good understanding of what is expected for that. And then that's due next Monday by 8 a.m. as well. So you do have the rest of the week to work on that. And like I said, it's really just about curating the blog this week and then taking the last 3 journal entries that you've done and submit in Dropbox and then populating your blog with those 3. And then you have one more that you have to do based on a reading that's been embedded in the project. And it's right here as well. So it's actually the first chapter of a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. It's a really, really well-known business book. It's fantastic. It's very inspiring. A lot of students really enjoy it. We only have to read a few chapters in this course, but I find a lot of students go on to read the whole thing because it's a really, really inspirational book. So I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, so that's the week in itself as a whole. And as always, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Just send me an email and I will aim to get back to you within 24 hours, except if it's weekends, because I'm usually busy with my family. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great week and I'll see you online.